What's up guys, you're Greg today with another amazing video. Today we're going to be ranking the most popular drugs and seeing how well you can perform in the gym with them. Now this concept is very simple. Basically I just looked up the top 10 most popular drugs. Obviously I nitpicked just a little bit because there are some drugs where I wouldn't really consider them drugs. Like I believe cigarettes was one of them, like vaping. I don't really consider that a drug. Maybe like an addiction or something, but oh well. I did make a couple of rules just to make sure that everything is, fair, and I guess this ranking kind of makes sense. The first rule is that you have to be able to take pre-workout with it, because the average person is going to be taking pre-workout before they go to the gym, and so that just kind of makes sense. The second one is you have to take like a normal dose. So if you're, smoking weed or something, or like, I don't know, snorting cocaine, you have to take the normal dose that I guess whatever would constitute like a normal dose. But like, yeah, I guess if you take anything, like if you take a little bit of cocaine, I think it could probably be like beneficial. But again, average person would probably supplement with a lot more cocaine if they were really snorting cocaine. So now that we have the rules, let's just get right into it. All right guys, so we are now here. We are on tiermaker.com. As you can see at the bottom here, we have our assortment of drugs. So I'll take it one by one. Coke, I feel like that's pretty obvious. This one, okay, you can't really tell. This one's ketamine. It said ketamine on the bottle. It was like a really funny AI picture, but I don't know. I guess it didn't upload too well. LSD, MDMA. If you know Walter White, fucking meth, bro. It's meth, I got. Mushrooms. These are poppers. I don't really know what they are or what they do, but I don't know. It's a popular drug apparently. Weed, and then this last one. I really didn't want to put it on this list, but it was technically a drug that is supposedly taken by teenagers, that it's very popular. This is salvia. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but it's on the list, man. If you guys have seen my previous videos, like explaining pre-workout ingredients, you will know that I'm a very detail-oriented person. I like doing my research, I like doing my due diligence, one could say, and I like just giving the best information possible. Unfortunately, there's no clinical studies on taking drugs and going to the gym at the same time, so I can't really give you the best possible information. This is all kind of anecdotal, and I'm just kind of looking up the side effects, assuming what it would feel like, and I guess also kind of personal, experiences. I don't take any drugs, by the way. I'm not a hippie, not a junkie. Just to fucking clear that up. Alright guys, starting off, we have Coke, cocaine. What you most likely know is that Coke is like a euphoric type of drug. Basically, you're like super energetic, super talkative. I guess you just have really high energy in general. The average dose is around 30 to 70 milligrams, which I know is a pretty shitty estimate, but like this is the best number I could find. I don't know why it's such a wide number, but I mean, it is. Now, rating Coke without pre-workout, I would probably rate this like an A. The only reason I'm not going to do that is because when you are taking pre-workout, assume you're taking 150 or like 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is like the average dose of caffeine in a pre-workout. Taking that much caffeine with Coke is probably gonna like either blow up your heart or put you into like severe cardiac arrest, because a lot of cases of like sickness with cocaine users is like heart related, and obviously caffeine is not great for the heart. So just because of that, I'm gonna put cocaine at B tier. That doesn't mean it's bad for you in the gym. It's kind of just like, I guess, average. Next up is ketamine. Ketamine is kind of similar to being like drunk. Basically, you're just kind of like, I guess, detached from reality, and you're kind of just jumbled up, I guess one could say. Basically, you're just calm and relaxed. I guess some people use it as kind of a pain detergent. Basically, ketamine is everything you wouldn't want to be at the gym. I imagine it would be something like drinking like a whole case of beers and going to the gym. Obviously, don't think that would be very fun for you. The average dose of ketamine is around 45 milligrams, which is a lot better than like the 30 to 70 we got for cocaine. That's kind of insane. But yeah, ketamine obviously for the gym would not be great. I really don't know how to rank this because, I mean, you're not going to the gym with ketamine. And you're also, this is a hard one to rate, I'm not gonna lie. I think just because of what happened to the GOAT John Skywalker, we have to put this at D tier, man. Do not take ketamine, bro. That shit's fucked up. Damn you all to fucking hell. Now that we are on this topic, I will actually be doing a 2-in-1 here. I'll be doing LSD, also known as acid, with mushrooms, just because they are both psychedelics, and obviously since they're in the same family, I feel like it'd be easy to rank them doing it at the same time. So starting off, because mushrooms is kind of like the younger brother to acid. While mushrooms last around like 6 hours, acid can last up to 10 hours. So obviously we're going to be ranking mushrooms higher than acid. Even though it's probably not great to take mushrooms in the gym, it will still rank higher just because it's not as bad as acid. So with psychedelics, a lot of people believe that it causes like freakouts, or that, you know, you'll see crazy hallucinations, but this isn't always the truth. You can take a more mild dose of mushrooms or acid and you won't see hallucinations, or you won't be as, I guess, freaked out. Now there are people that are obviously a lot more susceptible to freaking out, having anxiety attacks, etc. while taking mushrooms or acid. But that's not to say that the average person is. So we're just going to rank the average person, probably someone that isn't going to freak out completely while taking acid or mushrooms. The average magic mushroom dose is around 2 grams. The only reason I'm going to rank this so low is because after taking mushrooms or during mushrooms, you will feel drowsy, you will feel sleepy. Obviously, that's not great for the gym. It's not to say that you can't get a great lift in, but it's probably not going to be a amazing lift. For that reason, I'm putting it at C tier. Acid, like I said earlier, it's the older brother. It's a lot worse. It just lasts longer. Pretty much the same effects, if I'm not mistaken. And all around, it wouldn't be great for the gym. So I'm just going to rank this at D tier. I guess for obvious reasons, it has to be lower than mushrooms. So, it's out of my hands, man. Next up, we have the one, the only MDMA. Basically, MDMA, it's a stimulant, so kind of like cocaine. Obviously, it's not great for the heart because you will get like rapid heart beats, I guess, and that's not great. On top of this, also, we do have hallucinations, which might not be great for the gym, but after extensive studying, apparently these hallucinations are not as bad as like mushrooms or like acid, so MDMA will rank higher. However, we do have to keep in mind the rules. If you're taking pre-workout and another stimulant, I feel like your heart isn't gonna like that very much, and just for that reason, I'm gonna rank this around B tier, right behind Coke. Coke will remain in the lead because at least with Coke, you don't get the hallucinations. And though MDMA might not be as bad as mushrooms, you get no hallucinations with Coke. So next up, we got meth. Meth is pretty tricky to rank because it does last longer than Coke. So I feel like per amount of damage you're doing to the heart to the benefit you're getting, I feel like meth would be better in that circumstance. But we also have to account that meth has pretty bad things in it, like red phosphorus, battery acid, I guess just an assortment of potentially bad things that can be inside. Again, with the fact that we're taking pre-workout in this example, it wouldn't be too great for your heart, but I am edging towards ranking meth a little bit higher just because it lasts longer. I know that's a stupid reasoning for it, but I know it makes sense to me, man. Actually, now that I think about it, probably shouldn't, because if it lasts longer, you'll get worse sleep, you'll get less gains, and you'll probably be fucking small forever, and you'll just like fucking kill yourself. I don't know. And just for that absolute brain aneurysm I had, we're gonna rank it a little lower. Alright, we're gonna put it in between. We're gonna put it between Coke and MDMA, just because you don't hallucinate off meth. It is just a stimulant. I feel like that's a pretty good fit for it. Alright, so next one, we have a confusing one, just because I don't know what the fuck it is. I saw it online as being like popular, and then I read up on it, and it pretty much just sounds like smelling salts, but that it can damage your liver. But smelling salts, I'm like 90% sure already fucking do that, so I really don't get this. Basically, it's supposed to give like a euphoric type of feeling. The more I read this, the more I start to think that it is just smelling salts, but like rebranded. Regardless if poppers and smelling salts are the same thing. Supposedly poppers give a more like euphoric type of feeling. So I guess it's not really smelling salts. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. Basically, these poppers, euphoric feeling, it doesn't last very long. So I guess it's kind of almost like a vape as well, just that you're inhaling it. It doesn't last that long. I assume that someone that is like addicted to something like this would just bring it with them. And for that reason, I'm going to say that it is A tier. Now the only reason I say this is because it gives off a euphoric feeling. I'm sure you'd feel better, like a dopamine release or something like that. And it doesn't really negatively impact you. You could take it with pre-workout. You could take a regular dose with it. You could take a bigger dose with it, and you still probably would be fine to go to the gym. If you took something like mushrooms and went to the gym, I feel like if you went to the gym with mushrooms, you'd get a lot of a worse reaction than if you went to the gym with poppers. And for that reason, rank it A. Next up, we got weed. So I'm not going to confirm nor deny that I've been to the gym on weed, but I can for sure say that it is probably the best drug you could be on and go to the gym. You can't really overdose with it. You can't really underdose with it. I feel like if you have a general idea of like weed, you could probably take a good amount and be fine going to the gym. I guess it does matter from plant to plant. If you take like indica or something, you're probably gonna fall asleep. But if you take something like sativa and you drink your pre-workout, whatever, I feel like you could have a very good lift. On top of that, your muscle-mind connection is gonna be fucking amazing. Utilizing anecdotal evidence, it's very fucking good for the gym. Okay, I guess is what we'll leave it at. So yeah, weed gets the first S tier of the day. Last but not least, we got salvia. Now again, I didn't want to include this on the list just because I feel like it's very fucking obvious what I'm gonna rank it as. But I mean, it is a popular drug. I mean, it was on the list, so I feel like it is my duty to rank it. And just for that reason, we created a brand new rank for it. Horrible, also known as F tier. Do not take fucking salvia. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that. You could probably just look up like blank on salvia. There's this guy that makes YouTube videos. He made one where he was gardening on salvia. He did one where he was driving on salvia. And I'm sure you could find like some Reddit horror stories of where someone was like a flower in a fucking prairie for, a year, 2 years, whatever. And then they woke up and like they didn't know how to breathe because they're a fucking plant and all they know is like photosynthesis. Yeah, salvia isn't great. You probably should not take it. If you do ever take salvia at the gym, don't fucking approach anybody. You should probably do it like in the transgender bathroom or something, where no one will see you. And eventually when the gym does close and they find you in there, and you're like on the ground crying or like, fucking thinking that you're one with the floor, I guess you could reevaluate your life choices and move on from there. This was a pretty fun video to make. I did have to do a little bit of research because I'm not the best versed in, the fucking world of drugs. But it was an interesting video to make regardless, and I really did enjoy making it. If you guys want more videos on drugs and whatnot, just leave comments in the video. I'm sure that I'll make something similar to this in the future where I rank even more drugs. And if you guys would like to see me on drugs, I will be doing a cocaine gym video. If we get 100 likes, I will go to the gym and I'll snort a bunch of cocaine beforehand and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Thank you guys very much for watching. This is Gear Greg. I'll see you guys in the next one.